Hey guys, Lizardly here for Magnificent Wizard Day 53! Yes! I am here to cross stitch. I am so excited. Feels like it's been forever. I mean, it has been since May and it's September now, so it's been a little while. So there's the progress from day 52. I have absolutely no idea what color I'm going to be working on, so I'm going to have to work on that. I think I'm just going to continue with his wing and continue making my way up. I mean, there's not much left on this, you guys. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm gonna go cross stitch. Right, it has been so long since I filmed this. I lost my voice for 2.5, almost 3 weeks, and there was nothing I could do to get it back because I work full time now, and I'm the customer experience manager, so anytime another manager doesn't want to deal with a customer, I go and do it. And that's usually. So I I talked a lot at work, and I would always try and, not talk at home, except for when I really had to. And it just took so long. And I had so many coworkers that were like, "Oh my gosh, are you sick?" I was like, "No, I'm losing my voice. Like, I'm not coughing, I'm not sneezing, I don't have, red eyes, I don't, well, obviously I sound horrible. I sounded horrible. I was losing my voice. But like that was the only thing wrong with me." And so many people would just be like, "Well, why are you losing your voice?" And it's such an annoying thing to ask because it's like, there's so many factors that could go into someone losing their voice. Talking a lot, but for me, it wasn't that I was talking a lot. It was I have asthma. I have an inhaler that I'm supposed to take on a daily basis, but I take more on a weekly-ish basis. Or maybe I take it like, what is it? Okay, no, bi-weekly would be every 2 weeks. I take it like 2 to 3 times a week. But it's an inhaler, so it dries out my throat. And then the weather was starting to get a lot colder. So then that just makes my throat even drier. And you just, you can't win when you've got a really dry throat and you're losing your voice. It happens. And of course, every single time I had to tell somebody, "Oh, I have asthma, so I have an inhaler," they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Dude, like, no, this is hardly the worst part about having asthma. Are you kidding me?" Ugh. But I right now I feel like I'm more at like 98% of my voice, but it's enough that I'm like, I need to do some narration so I can get these videos out for you guys. If anybody follows me on Instagram, it's Lizardly13. You'll see I'm already done with this. Uh, I can cross stitch without, having to talk, so that was fine. But every single day I was like, all right, I'm awake. Is my voice back? I would talk and it, blah, blah. It was so bad. Obviously, in this video, I still had my voice, so I think it's day 54 is whenever I talk, you can hear how bad it is. It got so bad for a while. It was, oh, oy, oy, oy. Um, oh, I talk as if that's the worst news, but not really. For anyone that doesn't know, I don't like to talk about it a lot because I don't think it really matters, especially for cross stitching, but I do live in the Las Vegas area. So that concert, I wasn't at it. As far as I know, even now, I didn't have any friends at it, but it was, whew, I woke up to a text message from my store manager asking, "Hey, are you okay? I saw the news, just wanted to check, let me know how you and your loved ones are doing." And I had literally just woken up, all right? Like I hadn't pulled, taken my hair down. It was still braided up and everything. I had no idea. And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, did one of my family members get into a car accident? Like, what the hell is he talking about?" So, I pull up Yahoo or Google or whatever, and I immediately see, gosh, what was that? 53 confirmed dead and like 400 something injured. And I was just like, "Oh my goodness. That is, oh, I was in shock. It was a freaking country concert. Like, what?" And so then I got ready, I got dressed, I headed downstairs, and my dad had the news on it, and it was, oh, I was eating, God, what was I eating? Like Captain Crunch with berries or whatever. And next thing I know, they're like, oh no, it's 54 confirmed dead now and over 500 injured. And then they kept saying how it was the worst mass shooting in U.S. history by one gunman. I think that's what it was. Believe it or not, I don't like reading up a lot of. I don't like reading up a lot about stuff like that. Like, not big on it. I love horror movies, but like they're fake. I love the fake ones. Um, and it was just it was so horrible, and I had to go to work, and it was, when did I have, I think I had work at like 10:30 or 11 in the morning, and not a single person ever cut me off. Everybody drove just like so carefully, and on one hand, like it made me really happy, like, oh hey, people were affected by this and they're driving safer because of it. They're being more careful because of it. On the other hand, why the hell can't you drive well, the rest of your life? Why does everybody have to always drive like crap for the most part? I hate it. I hate it. So I got to work, and my sister called me up, and I was just like, what the heck? Like, she wasn't at that concert. If anybody in the family likes country music the most, it's me. So if anybody was going to be there, it was going to be me. So I answered her. I was like, what's up? And she's like, you need to go on Facebook and mark yourself as safe. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about doing that. Like, it never even crossed my mind. And I told her, I was like, I'm going to be able to find out if I was okay or not. So when I eventually did get home, I posted about it, and everybody was happy. Um, oh my God, just thinking about it was so scary. And I actually work at the Michaels that is closest to the strip. Like, if you were so inclined, you could walk from my store reasonably to get to the strip. You wouldn't have to walk that far. You don't have to take a bus. You could walk it. You wouldn't have to worry about going across a bunch of highways and whatnot. Um, the strip connects, or well, not connects, but the different interstates and highways and whatnot pass through the strip, or right by it. And I always take the I-15 northbound to get off at Sahara to get to my store. And I know for most people this means nothing. If you don't live in Las Vegas area, obviously you don't know these streets. But anyways, there were, I think it was, and it just, it made it just that much more impactful, because it's like, it's the strip. Like, that's the one place in Las Vegas that everyone knows, and people outside of the US know. It was, oh my gosh. And then being at work, there were half of the people, they were like zombies. They weren't reacting to anything. It was like they just needed to get out of the house to do something. Oh, you know what? I should break it down to three people instead of half. So one third they were zombies. Another third were openly upset about it, and they would just want to come over and talk to us, like, oh my God, did you see what happened? And oh yeah, like I really want to talk about that more. That doesn't, thank you. And then the other third were, I don't know if they were completely oblivious to what happened, or their idea of reacting to bad news is just be as peppy as possible. But it was bizarre seeing people all happy and jumpy, because it's like, dude, 50 plus people are dead right now, and our hospitals are like over capacity because of how many people are injured, and you're having a happy day. Like, what? Like, I get it, it's, everybody reacts differently to tragedy, but it was really weird. You don't expect people to just jump back so quickly over it. At work, Elizabeth, the other Elizabeth, sorry, that probably sounded confusing for some of you. There is another Elizabeth where I work. She and I are generally the happy, smiley ones. Everybody's always talking, or everyone being customers, about how happy we are, and how we obviously have to enjoy working here. And she and I, every time we walked by each other, we would just be like, "You okay? Yeah, I'm okay." And normally we have big smiles on our faces and we talk, and it was just we were a lot quieter and a lot more subdued, which, a lot of people died, so it makes sense. And it was not a good day. And I had one coworker, her nephew was a security guard at a hotel across from there, and he ended up coming over and helping people get out. He didn't get hurt, thankfully, but he didn't have a cell on him. So, when it was going down and until he was able to get it back, they didn't know if he was okay or not. So everybody was freaking out. Or, well, she told me they were freaking out. I imagine that's the truth. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I would have been freaking out. And then I had another coworker. Her, what was it? She had a family friend get hurt, and I I haven't seen her since, so I don't actually know if the person was okay or not. I don't know. And then we had one other girl. It was her best friend's brother, something. It was a close family friend, something like that, was in critical care. I haven't asked her if the person's doing okay because I don't want to make it harder on her if they didn't make it, or if like they're in a coma or something. I don't know. I don't want to make her relive any of that. But she has been continuing to come to work, so no matter what happened, she has made it through it. And it just, oh my gosh. I was driving to the bank with a coworker because we had to go get like quarters and pennies and stuff. And there was this huge sign before the bank, and it was like guns for sale. And she and I just looked at it and went, "Are you kidding me? Like it's been like what, 2 weeks since that happened, and you're like I know I shouldn't say I couldn't believe it because it's the U.S. and we're all about gun control, but I couldn't believe it because of all times to just be flashy about you selling guns, is it really within the same month as what I understand to be the greatest or the biggest American shooting by whatever it was, the biggest shooting in America by one person or whatever. Hey, Tess. Yeah, you tell everybody you're doing good. Yeah. Hello. So it's been weird. Um, I see people all the time with shirts that are hashtag Vegas Strong. The only thing that has really annoyed me about coming out of this is the number of times I found drinks, like Starbucks coffee cups around the store that have hashtag Vegas Strong on them. Because it's like, dude, really? Like, stop leaving your trash all over the store. All you have to do is go up to the cashier, say, "Hey, could you throw this away for me?" And they will. Like, I would much prefer someone hand me their nasty smelling coffee at the counter than find it in the kids department after some kid has kicked it over and it's made a huge mess. And then it smells really, really bad. I hate the smell of coffee, by the way, for anyone that didn't know. I can't stand it. Oh my gosh, it's oof. Um yeah, so that happened. I'm okay. Everybody I know is okay. So there's that. And just, stay safe, you guys. There are crazy people out there, and we've been having a lot of issues with natural disasters, and yeah, just be safe, be careful. Um, oh, so I don't know if I mentioned it in this video at the intro or outro or not, but just so you guys know, I will not be able to film this being framed. I was told, we would get in trouble, and I don't want that. So once it is stitched up and pinned and framed, I'll show you guys, but unfortunately I won't get to show you, it happening. Uh, Really disappointing, but I get it. But on the other hand, I also don't, because I was told recently that Michaels is going to start uh, doing custom framing online. So, like you wouldn't have to go to the store to have it done. And then it's like, wouldn't things like this be the ideal time to like get some publicity? Like, oh, hey, if you want to drop by my store, we can do this, but you could also do it online, and this is the process for it. And it just, I don't know. But I haven't heard anything else in like 2 months about Michael's doing framing online, so I don't know if it's officially going to go through or not. It was just something I'd heard that might be happening. Uh, Personally, like on a personal level, not affiliated with Michaels at all, from my opinion, I would be too scared to do it. Everything I have had custom framed so far has meant something to me in some way, and you always risk, losing something in the mail. And that no matter how much you want it to be framed in a particular store or by a particular person or something, it isn't worth it, in my opinion, to potentially lose your work in the mail. And, yeah, maybe the company, will pay for it or the USPS or whatever. I don't know. The mailing people. But no amount of money could have replaced my cross stitch of the Circle of Wolves, the Blessed Are the Purring Hearts, my degree. I recently had the Egyptian linen that my parents bought when they were in Egypt that says my name on it. I had it framed, and I had 2 pictures from Full Metal Alchemist framed. One of them was signed by the guy who voices Edward Elric, in English, by the way. I'm all about dub. I'm all about it. I still I almost watch everything with subtitles, like even if it's in English, just because I hear so many things wrong all the time. So yeah, you won't get to see it, but how many mats did I put on it? 4 or 5? It should come out looking really cool. I think you guys will like it. I mean, if you don't, that means I probably won't, and then that won't be good. um, Halloween is going to be coming up really soon, starting tomorrow, the 27th. Uh, as far as I know, this applies to every Michaels. But from the 27th to the 31st, employees are encouraged to wear costumes. We're not allowed to wear masks, and we have to have a name tag on at all times. So if you guys do go to Michael's within the next couple days and somebody's dressed up, look and see if they have a name tag, because then, they probably work at Michael's, and you can ask them questions and get some help. Um, uh, if I have time, I'll try and get some videos in of me in my costumes. I have Belle, the blue and white outfit that she wears at the beginning of the movie. Like when they do the bonjour, 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 bonjour. I have that one, and I've already put it on, and it fits. It's great. I have Rapunzel's dress from Tangled. That one, I bought a large, and normally, like in the US, I wear a medium. But I ordered it through eBay, and it shipped from China, so it was Asian sizes. So I was like, okay, instead of a medium, I'll get a large. And I checked their sizing sheets and everything, and I was like, yeah, this I fit here. Large is good for me. And for the most part, I'm usually in between a medium and large. Like if the bust size is, I don't know, I don't know what normal sizes are. I don't remember these. Hold on. I've got my tape measure. Okay, so I'm at 37 inches and 94 centimeters. So if theirs is, 96 centimeters for a large and 93 for a medium, like I generally fall in between two. But, I was like, their Asian sizes, I'm American, I run a little big. We're kind of a little bit fat over here. So I got a large, and it fits great. Except for I can't zip up the back past the middle of my back. And that's actually not because I have a muffin top. I mean, I do have a bit of a muffin top, but like whatever. It's because I have a really big rib cage and really big shoulders. Or at least like for someone my size, I do. So I had to, what's the word I'm looking for? I stitched in some, it wasn't really lacing, it was ribbon that I had folded over and stitched. So I put in loops, and then I got 4 different colors of ribbon, and I corseted that through those loops. It's really hard for me to see because it's on my back, but my mom said it looks really pretty, so I was like, okay, I'll keep it. I'm cool with it. And then, I had to get a Rapunzel dress just because, like, I have had friends and complete strangers call me Rapunzel before because my hair is so long. Excuse me. So I was like, that's perfect. And then Belle is probably the princess I look the most like just because I'm pale brown hair. I'm pretty sure she has brown eyes and I have blue eyes. I'm not spending money on contacts unless they're like less than $10 because I'm literally just gonna wear them for Halloween. I don't want prescription ones. I know. I've had contacts before. I'm not big on them. I get stuff caught in my eyes way too much. It just drives me nuts. Okay, so those two are both ready. I actually just finished fixing the Chihiro costume from Spirited Away this morning. The pants fit great. The top, when I first put it on backwards, and I felt like a super dork when I realized it, because I was like, oh my god, it's choking me, and like the chest is really tight. So when I took it off and I put it on the correct way, I was like, oh, okay, like the chest is still kind of tight, but the collar is very loose now. It was on the correct side, so of course it fits better. Uh, but yeah, around my chest, it has one, two, I believe it has 3 patches of Velcro. There's 4. There's one at the neck with the collar, and then there's one right at about above my sternum, one around my boobs, and one by my belly button. And the one at my boobs, it would like I could get it to stick, but the sections of fabric between the other pieces of Velcro would bulge out, so you could see past, and it wasn't good. So, except for the collar. The collar I never messed with. The collar one is good, or at least it seems good. I don't know. I'll have to see it in a different light, maybe. But, all of the ones beneath it, I had to move one of the pieces of Velcro closer to the middle of the outfit, because they actually gave, like, an inch and a half of space of just like, flap fabric, which is probably a good thing because then, you can't see the Velcro, but it was too tight on me. And it still, that was okay, but anytime I move a little bit, it still bulges out. So I bought some hooks and eyes from my store, and how much were they? They were originally $2.49. I got a 50% off coupon, and after tax they were $1.34. So it was worth it. I sewed down 3 of those between the one at my sternum and the one between my boobs. And sorry, I keep saying that. Like, I hope I'm not offending anybody. Like, it's the truth. And so it doesn't bulge out anymore. I mean, if you saw me from the side, I guarantee you'll be able to see the hooks and you'll be able to see the Velcro, but it's better than nothing. And then, if you guys are familiar with Spirited Away at all, sorry, I guess I should tell you, it's her pink outfit when she's in the bathhouse as Sen. It has slits on the sides of it, and they start like right about where your ribs end. And so, as you can imagine, that is much higher than where most jeans start. And we are not allowed to show off our tummies or anything like that at work. And even if we could, I don't like doing that. It makes me very uncomfortable. I feel like it's just very unprofessional. I don't know. That probably sounds silly to some people, but it feels awkward to me. I've never been big on flaunting my incredibly white tummy and blah, blah, blah. I'm pale. Woo! But, so I bought a white shirt also from Michael's, and it was like, I think at the time the sale was $3.33, because yeah, you could buy 3 for $10, and then I got 30% off of that, and then plus tax, so whatever. It was under $3. And I cut basically triangles on the sides because the outfit, it doesn't have a white shirt underneath it entirely. It has white strips that come to a point. It's a triangle basically. And I would have left flaps for my tummy and my back, but it felt weird, so I just chopped that off. So the shirt goes from the left side, right about where my ribs end, to the right side. So my tummy is completely exposed. Comes down to a triangle or a point or whatever on both of my sides, and then it comes back up, and again it cuts straight back around, and my back is exposed. It's completely covered up by the pink shirt. That's what's important. But I have those white strips on the side now, and I'm no longer breaking dress code. Woo! Um, and now, hopefully, I really, really, really hope it gets here on time because I'm incredibly excited for this. I ordered Ariel's outfit from the Little Mermaid, the blue one with the black corset when they go out for like a carriage ride and all that, her and Eric. And if it does get here in time, I'm planning on temporarily dyeing my hair red because I mean it's Ariel. Every other character I have is a brunette, so I don't have to dye my hair. But Ariel's a redhead, and that dress is beautiful as long as it fits me, or I can edit it in a way to make it fit me. I'm gonna try and dye my hair a fiery red. It is going to be temporary though. I don't know if it'll actually look good on me, and I don't know if it would actually look good with what I usually wear. And then, from what I understand, red tends to be the hardest color to, like, I don't know, upkeep, I guess, because it drains very easily and it comes out very easily or whatever. And then it also just, bleeds isn't the proper word. It'll go from vibrant red to a pale red very easily, very quickly if you don't keep dyeing your hair. And I am not about that. I have very healthy hair. I would like to keep it that way. I temporarily dyed my hair black in high school, and everybody my age at the time thought I looked way better with black hair than brown hair, but everyone older than me said I looked better with my natural hair color. So I was like, okay, I temporarily dyed my hair black. I loved it. If I ever want to do it again, I know I'll look good. But obviously I haven't since then. I'm a brunette. But I'm really excited to try it. I don't know if I'll look good as a redhead or not. There are all these apps where you can take a picture and you can change your hair color, but you're never guaranteed to get that color when you do go and dye it. And there's no guarantee that I'll look good. But if it gets here on time, you guys, I am gonna try it, and I'm so excited. uh, I genuinely have not been this excited for Halloween since, God, middle school? Probably elementary school. I think Spain was the last time I really went trick-or-treating and I liked it. So 5th grade, maybe 6th grade. I probably went in 6th grade with Molly around the neighborhood, but there were only like 20 houses or something. So we just made like 5 trips around the neighborhood, just like everyone else. But yeah, I'm really excited, especially because last year I had no idea that we were allowed to wear costumes. So when I worked on Halloween and I had coworkers wearing costumes, I was just like, what? Like, we were allowed to do this? I didn't know. And I had other people like, well, how could you not know? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, literally no one told me. And I didn't think to ask because, just because someone's in costume doesn't mean you're immediately going to assume they work there. So I don't know. It didn't seem obvious to me. But now that I'm the CEM, I'm the one in charge of the classroom and events and stuff like that. I've been telling everybody, over the radio, hey, you guys, from the 27th to the 31st, we get to wear Halloween costumes. I'm gonna do it. You should too. And I've gotten other coworkers really excited about it. And I posted in the break room a printout saying, from the 27th to the 31st, wear costumes. Just make sure they don't violate dress code. You can't wear a mask. You can wear makeup. And you always have to have your name tag on you. So, I put that in there. And then we also have a calendar in the break room. I circled the 27th, circled the 31st, put a line between them, and I just wrote, wear costumes! Exclamation point! So, I really hope other people do it just because I'm still a little shy. I don't want to be the only one at work wearing a costume. I'm gonna feel silly, but anytime someone at work comes in cosplaying, I get so excited about it. So, I imagine most customers, at least around my age and younger, will be really excited. Honestly, it's kind of the older crowd that I'm worried about because, they see people in costumes and they immediately like they do that face where their eyebrows come together and they're clearly judging you. Anytime I see someone do that to someone dressed up, if I have a chance, after that person's gone away to see the cosplayer, I always tell them, that I think it looks cool as long as I do. And so far, every person I've ever seen in our store who's cosplayed, I thought was really cool. So, I'm sure it's really disappointing for them to have judgmental people like that, but I don't judge. Like, if you're happy, I think that's what counts. As long as you aren't hurting anyone else, you're good. Oh, I'm so excited. Ooh. Okay, I had to go back to Bricks Blanket Day 3 to find out where I left off on my narration. And it was, the last one I did was, What Sound Do You Love? And it was Tess and Meow, and of course. So the next group is what if questions. Hypothetical questions help you learn more about another person's personality as well as their ideal state of the world. Since many of these questions might evoke longer responses, they are better suited for one-on-one conversations or smaller group discussions. So number 11, if you could throw any kind of party, what would it be like and what would it be for? Um, Ooh, well, it has to be like one that I would actually have friends show up to. I've been watching AGDQ, which is Awesome Games Done Quick, and it is so much fun. Friggin', I love it. Love them, especially all the Zelda ones. Love it. And although it would be super cool to have a party like that, I don't think I have any friends that do speed runs, so it wouldn't work. Like, we would just be watching other people play them on TV or, an iPad or something, and it would be weird. So most likely it would be like a Hayao Miyazaki film party or something, like let's watch all of his greatest movies. And you could even maybe dress up because I have a Chihiro costume, so I could do that. uh, I mean that would be fun, and I have a ton of friends that love Hayao Miyazaki films, and I have other ones that keep thinking that they should watch them, and that would be the perfect opportunity. Like, now you don't have a choice; you got to watch them. uh, Although I will be wearing a Chihiro costume for Halloween, my favorite Hayao Miyazaki film, or Studio Ghibli, whatever, is Howl's Moving Castle. I loved that book, and I read the book after I saw the movie because I loved the movie. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, Clue is up there. Howl's Moving Castle is up there. I love Beauty and the Beast. There's so many. Tangled was spectacular. So, it's great. I love it. I also love, obviously, I love Spirited Away. But I like Castle in the Sky more. Um, I haven't bought it yet, but I do love Kiki's Delivery Service. So I actually saw her costume pop up a lot when I was searching for all of the ones I did get. And I'm gonna see, like, once Halloween passes, I'll see about buying some costumes because I assume they'll be cheaper because, Halloween's over. So if the prices go down, that'll be great. I'll buy some. I actually thought for a little while about buying a Snow White costume just because I'm so freaking pale, but they were expensive, and I was like, I'd rather get this one anyways, because Snow White is known for having short black hair, and I have long brown hair. I'm really, really pale like her, but um, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. 12. If you could paint a picture of any scenery you've seen before, what would you paint? Oh God. Um, any scenery I've seen before? Are you kidding me? Oh, wow. Mm. I mean, all the scenery and all the colors that you saw under the water, that I saw under the water at the Great Barrier Reef were spectacular. But I would have to probably go with, yeah, at some point in Yellowstone National Park, it would be like, Morning Glory when it was at the peak of its glory. Because now it's lost a lot of its color because people throw stuff in it and that clogs it up and kills it, and it kills the bacteria that gives it that color. Or what is it, Ekness? The color of Ekness to this day is still beautiful. It's pretty much dead at this point. It hasn't gone off. The geyser part of it hasn't gone off in years, but it is gorgeous. I love the Riverside geyser. It doesn't have a lot of color to go with it, but just watching it go for like 10, 15, 20 minutes is spectacular. That thing is powerful. So yeah, it'd have to be something from Yellowstone National Park. I love it. I was just up there for the eclipse. I took my vacation days off. I took a week off and we went over there, camped, saw the eclipse. It was spectacular. I took a lot of pictures there and I still have yet to upload them because, I suck. um, 13. If you could choose to stay a certain age forever, what age would it be? I would definitely go back a few years to like 18 or 19 because obviously I do not care about drinking. Okay, maybe it's not obvious, but I don't. I don't drink. So I would rather stay at when my body was, at ideal. It was at its strongest. It was young. It was right before you hit that age, which I think is, what do they say? It's 24, 25 is when your body starts to just deteriorate more than it grows, or, whatever. It's pretty much just downhill from here. I'd want to go back to that, like 18 to 20, somewhere in that range. That would be nice for me because I have very bad knees and they're just gonna get worse as time goes on. And eventually, the more I work, my wrists hurt. My mom has carpal tunnel. My dad has tennis elbow. So, I'd rather go back and just stay there and not have to worry about my body aging. 14. If you knew the world was ending in 2012, what would you do differently? I knew it was BS, personally. Like, there was never a doubt in my mind that the world was going to end in 2012. But if it were going to, what would I have done differently? I don't know, cross-stitched more, played more video games. I would have played more video games, man. Oof. I I mean, I'm happy. I I wouldn't go out and party hard. I don't need to do that to be happy. I wouldn't go out and drink a lot. I wouldn't go out and gamble a lot. I'm content. I'm happy. 15. If you could choose anyone, who would you pick as your mentor? Um, I don't know, my mommy? Uh, yeah, I don't know. I can't think of someone who like sticks out to me as like the ideal manager or something like that. And I don't know. I mean, there are great CEOs out there, but that doesn't mean they would work as my mentor. I don't know. I don't know. 16. If you could witness any event past, present, or future, what would it be? Ooh, okay. So past, I think I've said it before, I would want to see one of Patton's speeches in person. That would have been spectacular. Present, any event present. What event would I like to see? Ooh. Okay, I don't want to get political, so I'm not going to say anything about that. I will say I'm not happy with the president. I'm just saying. I wasn't happy with the other person that was running either. So I would not have been happy either way. So I did not vote for either of them. So if anyone has the right to complain, I'm cool with it. Ooh, a present event that I would like to see. Oh, I don't know. because there aren't really any speeches that I'd really care to see in person. None that I can think of. And it says witness. I imagine that means I have to stand there silently, you know, that I can't participate or anything. I don't know. Okay, so future, I'd go with like the moment mankind reaches, you know, some kind of form of peace or an agreement on global warming or something like that. You know, some kind of event that brings us all together that we can all agree on, that we work together on to stop. You know, like if somebody finds a cure for, like, you know, the majority of forms of cancer, that would be spectacular to see, assuming they're a good person who's not going to sell it for $1 gajillion. Like, no, dude, you give that out to everybody. Cancer is not a thing to fight over money about. Just, oh my God. Or, you know, I think it'd be interesting to see my own funeral, you know, to witness it and see it. Because, you know, I like to think I've made a lot of amazing friends in my life. Excuse me. I keep burping. I apologize. And now I'm yawning again. But no, I think it'd be interesting to see who would be there and, you know, what kind of stuff they would say about me. Because, you know, you can imagine, but you're never going to know. Like, you won't. Because you'll be dead. But, I think that would be an interesting event to go to. I went from, like, the least selfish desire to the most selfish one. I would be interested in seeing either of them. And that is the end of Magnificent Wizard Day 53. I got 5 hours and 10 minutes of footage, so not my best, but not the worst. So yes, I am so close. It's insane. Like, look at this. This is all that's left. I have a little teeny tiny bit on the dragon, and then the clouds, that's going to be super easy because I think all of them are just half stitches. Yeah, everything in the background, it's all half stitches. So it's going to be super easy. And ultimately, I think the hardest part is going to be the outlining, just because I hate the outlining. Okay, I don't hate the outlining, but I'm going to hate it on this one because it's on black fabric and there are a lot of dark colors. So I know I'm gonna hate it. I just know it. Yeah, I'm planning on stitching again tomorrow, and then I don't think I close it all next week, so most likely when I come home I'll start working on the narration. So hopefully you guys will see this soon. I'm not doing the narration tonight. It is already almost 10 o'clock. I'm going to go to bed. And I'm not going to do the narration tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be day 54. So I'm going to take a picture of this, put it on Instagram, and it's going to be great. What my bag's doing. I watched Schindler's List. And that, oh my goodness, that movie. And I've started watching The Librarians, which is amazing. I knew it would be, but it's amazing. And I mean, part of it could be that I have a mad crush on Christian Kane, but still. Do you have anything to add, Pearl Pearl? Oh, she's just out of, sorry, there we go. Baby dad booty. You got a heart-shaped booty. Oh, I'm not going to be able to show you. Well, take right there. And she's got it on the other side. Hi! What you doing? Oh, tail. Can't reach her. I'm gonna poke her. Hi! What you doing? Lizzie cross-stitched all day. It was awesome, wasn't it? Yeah. Ooh, she's purring. Oh, I bought a new webcam through Amazon like 3 hours ago.
I just, as I kept stitching, I kept looking over and it was out of focus and it was just driving me nuts. And I hate spending a ton of time trying to like get my fingers in there or unplugging it and trying it again. So I bought I think it was like 59 bucks. So hopefully it'll be better. It had, oh, what did I do? I think I did it based on average rating and it was either number 1 or number 2. So it's highly recommended. Hopefully that's a good thing. If it's not, then I'm returning it and like, But yeah, I'm not getting it until the 30th. Today is the 28th, so unfortunately it won't be until day 55 that you'll most likely start seeing the new webcam. Sorry. Do you have anything to add before I sign off, Propero? No? I really hope the webcam picked it up. She just went, it was so cute. I love you, baby. You're the best. Alright, so like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. And I'll see you guys in the next video.